What is up, Duelist? Another YCS has happened, and it is a YCS that we can very easily forget. We want to forget, or at least I want to forget it. Speaking about the main event, Saturday was terrible. I dropped at X4 by round 6, so I dropped at 2 and 4, which is probably the worst Vices I've ever played. Yeah, it is terrible. I made Sunday count. I went 6-0. I went undefeated in the China card tournament. I won myself a China card, and that made the entire weekend look so much different. There was like a roller coasters of emotions on Saturday. I was so down. I was ready to go just go home already. I was there by car, so I would just drive home. But I was like, no, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna play the Chan card tournament on Sunday, which turned out to be the best idea I could have made. That I could have done. Yeah, I got rewarded. I'm gonna tell you what happened, what went wrong with the tournament, and I'm gonna also tell you what went good or what was good. Because I played the same exact list, not the same exact list, at one card difference between Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, the main event I played against round one against Solfa Yami, which I won. Round two I played against Dracatail, piloted by Jesse Cotton. Our third match we played at a tournament. Now he's on the lead. He beat me. It is 2 and yeah, he is up 2-1 in our matches. And then he played very well. Shout out to him. Round three, I played against Artmage Fiendsmith, which was also kind of scary. I mean, I got TC boot game two and three, but I won the game three. Fortunately, I won game three. Round four, I played against Pure K9, which, yeah, it was just two non games. It was variants. Game one, yeah, he Noroid me. I didn't have an out to it. Then game two I won. Game three he anti-spelled me after looking at my hand um with Noroi. I probably could have done something better. Could have used my impulse better, but in the end, I think I would never win this game anyways. So I was X2 already. I was 2 and 2. Round five, I lost against Draco Tail. That was, yeah, it was very unfortunate. I definitely should have played better. I lost it. I don't know what got him to my head. I shifted him and I stopped to think. Um, stopped to, yep. I just wanted to go for a game as fast as possible. We had some extra time, so we were in a judge call, so we had some extra time, but I was rushing and I was not thinking, and yeah, it showed. I got punished by it. I lost that game I should have won, and then I lost game three to Lancia. That was basically unwinnable. The game three, but the game two I should have won, and then it would have been a 2-0 for me. Yeah, very bad. And then last but not least, I played against, I don't know what it's called, even like a punk psy. I don't know what it was. But Cyan Punisher me twice. I think also bricked once or twice. I bricked once for sure. I think there was even a second break, or no. It wasn't a break, but he warning my normal summon and I didn't have an extender. Um, yeah, it was very rough. Then I was X4 already. It happened with a quickness. And I dropped out of the tournament and just, yeah, spent my day crying in my bed. No, I'm kidding. But it wasn't fun. I was in a very bad mood, and if anybody saw me and I wasn't too had a, like I haven't been too nice to them, I truly apologize. But you all know how it is if you're in a losing streak. You're you're never feeling well, especially if you're the Vices and you lose three in a row. Like the fuck. Yep, day two, I played, as I said, the same exact list, which I'm going to show you in a second. Um, but with one single card difference in the extra deck. And yeah, I didn't note the matches because I wasn't taking it that seriously. For me, the Wise this weekend was already over. I was like, just get it done. Just let me play this giant card. Like, give me at least some OTS I can open. Opening packs is always is fun. So I can go home. Um, I just didn't lose. I won against. I don't even remember all the decks, to be honest. I really didn't take it that seriously. I played against, for sure, one Crystron Canine. Um, I think it was two Draco Tail. A Mitsuyami for sure. Maybe even a second one. A Mitsu Pure, and the last, it might have been Mitsuyami as well. The sixth round. I'm not 100% sure, but yep. What can I say to it? It just went very smoothly, and I just didn't lose. And yeah, it made my day an amazing day. Let me show you the deck. Let me show you the deck. This is the list I played. It is a little bit different from what I've played at the last regional last weekend. I added I cut the K9 cards. They just didn't feel right. Like, I don't know. I mean, they're very nice going second, but if you go first, they're just so annoying. And I bricked so much. If you see my video, you know how upset I was with all the bricks that have happened. So we added two Baldrake, two Allure for the 4K9 cards, and I switched, what was it? I think Imperm for the droplets. Which it was alright. The droplet performed well. Looking back, I'm not sure if it actually was better than Imperm. But the droplet have been pretty nice. I think once they conflicted with Shifter, but that's such a low risk that can happen that it's not like an excuse to not play the droplets. But for sure the Baldrake and the Lure they help me so much. They unbreak so many hands. I think I got like Perulia twice, or even three times, and that just Allure into it, and yeah, just didn't give him a draw, or maybe gave them one single draw, and went like a mid half combo, but that was much more than good enough for me to beat what they had. I still play the Super Pulley in the side deck. I think that's correct. In this deck, especially, getting value of the bodies they have, or like getting you a body yourself is pretty nice. Having, like, you can use it as an extender, and you can also use it to discard the malice names you want to banish for the bestials. So it's pretty cool. You have a lot of implications for it. The Emily were great. The Defish, of course, were great. The Meows were amazing, and the Nibiru's were. I think I drew them like two times, and then they were great. So yeah, they had a good impact. Yeah, can't say anything bad to it. Also the Baldrakes have been pretty nice. The Bestials in general have been amazing for me this weekend. Um, TWC was, during the testing, during all those weeks of Malice, I recognized that you want to have a second trap that summons a monster. And it can be either TWC or TB11. But for me, I wanted to have TWC for the interaction against, not only the interaction against Tail, to chain it to a fusion spell, Reborn the Binder, so you can bind or banish whatever they target with Arthalion, which is pretty cool. Or make them play weird if they want to prevent that. Um, and also the life points actually mattered once or twice, I think, which is super rare. But if it comes up, you're very thankful that you have TWC. On the other hand, I also had White Rabbit. Um, I think two times, only White Rabbit, and if you don't play TB11, it's not a combo. So I bricked twice because I didn't play TB11. It is still not 100% solved. I can tell you for sure what is better. It is just from tournament to tournament. You can't predict what cards you play. It really depends. You draw. It really depends on what cards you draw in the end. For the extra deck, it was very standard, very simple. I added Almirash Dark and was it Link Spide? No, I added Almirash Dark SP, of course. For the 3 Exceed I played last weekend. And in the main event I played Link Disciple and Lingeribo, and then I switched it out for just 2 Lingeribo because I figured it's just the second attribute comes up way too like way too rare than the Lingeribo comes up against Dracotail. So I wanted to have the Lingeribo in my deck because I thought the room would be flooded by Dracotail, which in the end was a good decision. I think it never came up, but I definitely felt safer playing like having the Lingeribo. Also, if you play against like a mirror match, even you want to summon a Lingeribo first and then continue to play with like backup wizard whatever, so it can negate the impulse. And if you go Link Disciple first, then you're kind of wasting it. Then you're kind of not you kind of open yourself. But if you go Lingeribo first and it's your only one, you're kind of wasting it, which in the end isn't bad because you want to have it in graveyard anyways to be able to play around Droplet, tributing the allied. But it is just weird. Um, I think playing 2 Lingeribo is better currently, like as of right now, than playing 1-1. I would love to play 3. I think before I played Super Poly, I played 3 even. Or before I played Link Spider, I think Link Spider was the Link Disciple before I played it. So I had 2 Lingeribo and the Link Disciple in my deck, which felt amazing. It felt pretty cool, but also the Link Spider helped me play through Nib a couple times this weekend, so it definitely is a card you want to play. Yeah. Um, Looking forward, actually, by the amount of Vanquish Soul Canine that's been played and the success it saw, I think Droplet will become an even better card because if there's like I played Droplet to just mainly counter VS Canine because VS Canine is a very rough matchup for Malice, and if you have Droplet, you at least have like some edge against it. Another card is Perulia, which you can try to play maybe even over Meowth, but not playing Meowth sounds kind of weird if you don't play anything like big, like hard hate against Malice. But you have Nibiru's which have some impact sometimes if they don't play properly or if it's like Nibiru paired is good as always, like it's always good against the decks. Um, yeah, I think this list actually still would work if you want to play it next weekend. For example, in Vice's Merida or in a regional, just you can take this exact list and play it card by card, and you will be happy with it. I was happy with it. I think I wouldn't change much if I'm gonna play it. I will of course have to think about it again, but I was super happy with it on Sunday. I was a bit disappointed on Saturday, but there's been like a good amount of non games which I couldn't have won. But unfortunately, I brain farted the games I could have won, which in the end punished me and made me drop by round 6. I think if I played correctly the entire tournament, it could have been a great tournament for me, honestly. Even though there was Lancet, even though there was Meows, the deck can still perform because you have plans. You have a plan to play around it. If you get Lancey outpost side and you go first, you have in these 6 cards. You can draw Super Poly that's gonna be high. That can be high impact against a lot of decks. You can have Defish that can be crazy high impact. Or you can just have Nib, which makes your half board super hard to break. Or even yeah, if you have no board at all, they just still have to have a way to play around Nib first before they can go for an ODK or something. So yeah, you have like these 9 cards. You have the impulse that can be pretty nice if you go first. And you of course also have these cards that help you a lot. You can also, if you want, if like Lancia gets more popular again, you can go back and play AI Meet You just to have more copies of the Ignister cards. But playing this card right now is super weird. I mean, yes, it's nice, a nice plan against Lancia, but it's so weird because as it reads, you cannot activate monster effects for the rest of the turn after this card is also except Cyber's monsters. And that means if you just go for backup, discard it, and yeah, you have like you normally summon a hand trap, go meet you, backup, discard it. A backup search a malice name, discard it. You can't just go Lizardos or SP to banish the name because they're not cybers, which is kind of annoying. Back in the day, it worked because you can just splash mage and summon it back, but now this card got made much worse. But it still might be something that we can consider to play. Um, yeah, because if you really want to play a Lancia out or a card against Lancia, I think you want to focus on getting your Ignister cards more involved. And to me, like the AI Michiu seems to be a great way to do so. If it is worth it, if it is better than any of those cards going first, I'm not sure. But yeah, testing will tell, and I have to find out. You have to find out if you want to try it. For sure, yeah, make sure you have a plan against Lancia because that card is around and will get more and more popular. Even I thought like a couple of weeks ago it's gonna be over. The Lancia hype is gonna be over because there's just not as much. No, there's been a good amount of Malice, but I thought like everybody just plays Meows because it covers both Malice and Mitsuyami, which still to some extent is true. But I've seen so many Lancia, especially in Draco Tail. Ugh, yeah, kind of breaks my heart. But it's okay. I mean, otherwise, I would just play mirror match all day if nobody would play Lancias, which I'm fine with it. Yeah, I feel like I'm good in a mirror match, but it can be high rolly, and that would be then annoying to just win against a better hand of the opponent in the mirror match. I think in other matchups you have the better chances because your cards have more impact, but in the mirror match it can very well happen that you just don't draw a hand trap and they just full combo you and they have an audible board. It's like a Mitsuyami mirror match to some extent. But yeah, that was it for the talking. I had a great time all in all over the weekend. It was so like super nice to meet all of you guys, to take pictures and everything, have those nice chats. I got to sign a lot of cards. I got to sign Snake Eye Ashes, which always makes me happy. I love to see it. I love the support. I appreciate each one of you. Yeah. Um, Stay tuned for more. I'm gonna play. I decided to play Vices Mexico this week. I'm gonna actually today is Monday, or like it's actually already Tuesday, since it's past midnight. But I'm gonna fly on Wednesday morning to Mexico. I decided like I booked a flight like 2.5 days before I actually gonna depart, which is kind of cool. But it also means I have to go hard and prepare for the YCS, make sure I know what I want to play. If it's gonna be Malice or not Malice anymore, I'll have to decide, and I have to adapt for sure from the recent events or for the recent results of the YCS. And yeah, with that being said, I wish you guys gonna have an amazing day and see you in the next.